Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at belisiofoods.com/careers.
Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV. Of course, Jennifer here to start off your morning and your work week with our good friend and best intern ever, Dylan, in the house.
Hey.
What's up?
Hectic weekend. I'm really tired.
I bet. You look a little tired. Did you know, you may or may not know this, your principal's in the building.
Yeah, he's right over there.
Does that make you nervous?
A little bit.
You're like, dang it, I leave the school to come, so I'm not at school, and he's following me, right? No, we're just kidding. Actually, no, your principal, Tyler Swackhammer, and I think our friend Chris Scott will be here in a little bit to talk about a new program they're implementing at the high school. So do you know about that already?
Yeah, he told me in the hallway. It's like a Buckeye Hills type thing. It's a program they have. It's like a little... like how we have our esports club. This is a club that is focused around like drug awareness, like
prevention. Not doing drugs. Yeah.
And they're bringing it to the high school.
Yeah. So super cool stuff, and we'll find out all about that here in a little bit. It's already been, I think, implemented at a few schools, and then I think they're going to put it in at Jackson, see how it goes. So lots of incentives for the kids that participate, which is good, and so we'll learn about that here in just a minute. But before we do that, so it is Apple Festival week, which means a few things, which means since you are in the band, you're going to have a very busy week.
Yeah, I think it's like Monday we have practice today after school. And then Tuesday there's nothing, but no, wait. Tuesday's a show. Wednesday's a show. Thursday's nothing. Friday's a game.
Yes.
And then Saturday's a parade.
Yeah, and then you have the band show Saturday too, right?
I think that's just another parade.
Oh, I thought doesn't Jackson have a band show for the Apple Festival?
They do indeed.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure.
He's still tired from this week's band show. Okay, so there was a band show. Number one, what do you do in the band? Do you play the triangle? Because that was the only thing they would let me learn how to do.
No, I play the trumpet.
The trumpet, cool. All right, and so you are in the band, and I assume there's different kinds of bands. Can you tell everybody about that at Jackson?
You mean like the jazz band? Or?
Yeah, like there's like the marching band,
yeah,
and then
there's the marching band and the jazz band. And the marching band right now in the fall season, we are the marching band. But once the fall season ends, we go into being the concert band.
And isn't there a pep band too?
Yeah, the pep band is just a few marching band members who join basketball games and just keep things like peppy.
Yeah. Okay. So that's not like the full marching band doesn't
So
do
just to
pep.
clarify, Saturday, September 24th at 1 p.m. is the Jackson High School Band Festival.
So you might want to be there, Dylan.
At Alumni Festival.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be there, Dylan.
Yeah, I think I am.
All right. Well, speaking of band festivals, there was actually a really good one in Oak Hill, right?
Yeah, it was the Oak Hill Band Show.
And that was this past weekend?
Yeah, it was like every band in our area came, and it used to be a competition, but now it's just kind of like just a nice thing for bands to get together. And
That's
we just
awesome.
show all of our shows, and everybody's really supportive about it. And then at the end, everybody gets a trophy.
You know, that's really, really cool. Now, do you guys, so would it be just, what all bands participated in it?
I think all of them, like in our general area, like everyone was there. Oh, there's Mr. Swackhammer. Yeah, it was awesome.
So, like, come on in, boys. Have a seat. Because we're talking to the intern here, finding out about band and stuff. So, there is part of the show. So, was it like Oak Hill, Jackson, and Wellston? Was Benton County in it?
Yeah, Vinton County was there, which is actually ran by who used to be our assistant director,
Yeah.
Mr. Kugel.
Yeah.
And he's now the director, and he did awesome. That was a great show.
Good.
And we have a few other bands that were there. Some of them I haven't heard of, and some of them we saw like last week.
Okay. Very good. So, and then do you all like combine at the end to play like together, or does everybody do their own thing?
It's all our own thing, but that'd be kind of awesome if we all
Wouldn't
played
it?
together. I would.
You tell them that I said so.
Okay, I'll let them know.
I'll send a strongly worded letter to somebody. How's that?
Go right ahead.
He's like, I don't care, whatever. No, that would be really fun. It would be hard to get all those people going in the right direction.
It
wouldn't
would, yeah, because we all practice our drills like every day. Like we all go out on the football field and we just run through the drill, and then we do the same thing the next day. And Mondays we have rehearsals to practice it. So if you just threw like 1,000 people together, that would be
Everybody be running into each other.
Probably.
It would actually be quite fun.
it would be.
I mean,
fun,
to
but-
watch.
but-
So, does the band show change every week? So, like what you guys do at games and stuff like that?
No, it's the same one, and then about like I think it's around the time that like we get like more into the season, we split to show 2. So right now we're practicing show 2, and we're able to perform about half of it. Like we did that last week, we performed about half of it, and then we split to our original.
Okay.
But once we've fully got it, we switch to it.
So, what are you guys doing this year?
Like show wise,
Mhm.
I know we have a Beatles show. That's our show 1,
Mm-hmm.
and like Twist and Shout is one of the songs. Hard Day's Night and Hey Jude.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have like a drill that goes with each of those, except for Twist and Shout, which is a standstill. We just stand there and then we play our music and we dance.
Cool.
And then in show 2, honestly, I was quarantined for about half of us learning it, but it looks really cool.
Yeah.
That's about all I can say with that. It looks cool. We go into circles and we like spread out. Like it's awesome.
Good. I just don't understand. I mean, I don't understand how anyone plays an instrument anyway, and then let alone like march and have to perform while you're doing that. And it's just too much simultaneous stuff
Well,
going on
we
for
have
my
3
brain to process.
We have 3 years in the middle school of just practicing the music.
I guess that's true. Maybe, yeah, I guess that's true. Never thought about that. Yeah, I didn't make it past like the 6th grade band. I think I was probably like the one that they were like, yeah, we're full. We don't need you because you stink.
Well, you said they hit you on the triangle at least.
Ding! I can't even do that right. I'm just kidding. They really didn't do that to me, but it probably would have been appropriate. All right. Well, Dylan, so Apple Festival Band Show is this weekend, and we have found out that it is indeed Saturday at 1. So you guys do have a busy week because you have to do what? The opening ceremonies tomorrow,
Yeah.
I think, and then 2 parades on Wednesday, and then the band show, and then the game on Friday, and then the band show on Saturday, and the parade on Saturday.
Yep. And today we have a practice.
Just a few things to do. So what are you doing? Are you doing esports stuff this week too?
Yeah, we have a game Tuesday and 2 games Thursday.
My goodness. So much for you having any spare time this week, huh?
And then Saturday I'm going to be directing Kid Kringle.
Oh, cool. Very good. Well, we will let you go so you can get rested up and get prepared for the rest of your week because our guests are here. And I thank you for talking with us.
Thanks.
It's always fun to hear about stuff like that. And I did hear and saw that the Oak Hill Band Show was just like brilliant. So I know
was
it
really cool.
went well. So good job.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. And just give your principal a like. Yeah, he did it. All right. Got to suck up. Come on over, guys.
I'll take up the whole screen if I get in the middle.
Oh, you will not.
I need this tall chair anyway. Sit next to you.
Bye, Dylan. Thank you.
You got the tall microphone.
Hey, guys. Welcome.
Good
It's on a
morning.
good side.
Of course. I've established I don't have one of those. So
Quit it. Always amazing.
you guys, this is so cool. I was listening on the radio on the way in, and of course, our good friend Chris Scott. Haven't seen you in a little bit, so it's good to have you here in the studio.
In a day or two.
It's been a couple of years, maybe. Yeah.
Always got to come back home, though.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And of course, Jackson High School principal. It makes me nervous to have the principal in the.
Doesn't it?
like, I don't know about this. Tyler Swackhammer. And so thank you for stopping by. We appreciate it so much.
You're welcome.
No, you guys were talking about a program that's coming to Jackson that's been implemented, I think, a few other places. But can you tell us a little bit about it? And so excited. It sounds like a really good program.
Well, before we get started, though, let's just lay some ground rules.
Heard.
We have the principal with us, and we don't talk about mine because you were just talking to the intern about his student life and this and
Yes.
that. We don't want to talk about my or Jennifer's behavior or performance. Jennifer is a good girl. But
I was a good girl.
Let's not talk about my performance or anyway, my high school career.
We will not talk about
Okay,
that.
ground rules
Listen,
set.
we don't talk about anything that was more than a few years ago.
Well,
Everybody has room for
wait a
growth,
minute. It was
right?
only like 8-9 years ago. I
Yeah,
graduated,
wasn't it?
right?
Is that
Something like that. Can you check the
My
records
20th
for us?
is this year, by the way.
Ooh.
Dude, I'm
If it's
telling
his
you.
20th, I
Dude,
feel
we are
really-
so in trouble. I know. It's so ridiculous.
All right. Well,
But-
anyway, here's what we're here. We're here for the Drug Free Clubs of America. It's a program that the Morning Rotary, First Capital Rotary in Chillicothe, kind of brought to Ross County about 4 or 5 years ago, and we're bringing it to Jackson. So we're pretty excited about that. Voluntary drug testing program that the kids will be able to be involved in. I'll be honest, my wife just had an accident in Chillicothe. I need to take this call, but let's just I can't tell you more.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
that was
Oh, she's okay. Okay.
a good segue, I guess.
No, I was like basically like, I'm not going to talk to you right now. We'll just have Swack do it.
She did.
No,
He did
no,
say she was
she's
okay. So.
She's okay.
So, like you said, it's a voluntary drug-free or drug testing program
For the students.
for the students. It's student-led.
Okay.
We'll facilitate. My two guidance counselors are going to oversee. Amy Ochoa and Ann Exline are going to oversee the program.
Okay.
But it is student-led, student-driven. A voluntary program that is separate from our drug testing program in our athletic and activity side of things.
Yes.
For years, you've heard the random testing.
Sure.
So it's something totally different from that. It is student driven. The students are passionate about it in places that we've seen it implemented.
Yeah.
Buckeye Hills has one of the largest chapters that I'm aware of.
That is so cool.
Down there, and Ella McCabe and Jamie Nash do a great job
Yeah.
with that program down there. They have rallies. That's kind of the facilitator of the Battle of the Bands that they do at Buckeye Hills, where all the area bands go and perform. So we're really excited about the program coming to Jackson and just supporting our kids through the decisions they're making. It gives them a way. It gives them a support system to say, I'm not going to choose to have this lifestyle, and has a lot of peers and a lot of adult support in those decisions. So we're really excited for it to come.
And I heard Chris say something when I was driving in this morning that I thought was like, I don't know, it just made me think for a minute of, there's all these programs out there to help people, rehabilitation and all of this, but obviously the best way to do this is to prevent people from starting
Sure.
from the get-go. And if you can start that at the high school level or, even the middle school level, that is an amazing thing to keep people from even trying it to begin with.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is a proactive approach. And again,
Love that.
it's the students making the decisions. In our training and things, they said strive for 25, 30%, voluntary involvement in your schools when you're promoting this. But it's easy to exceed that based on numbers from other schools. Buckeye Hills, some of the schools in Ross County are up, 70s and 80%.
Wow.
Voluntary involvement, for this program. So we're really excited about it, and just we're excited to see the impact that it's going to make in our area
Yep.
and for our kids.
Love that so much. And so when will this program be started and how are the kids going to be able to get involved? And then, there's a lot of incentives for them to get involved. Is she okay?
Yeah, she's good.
Okay.
She's not listening very well. She needs to go get checked out. We always got to make sure of those things. And luckily, my daughter's there.
Yeah.
Thank you,
smile.
daughter. Yes.
Yeah, just fine.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So yeah, I was asking, how can kids? When's this going to start? How do the kids get to participate? Tell us a little bit about that.
So specifically at the high school, the board just approved the forming of our chapter. at the last board meeting. So we are again in the infancy of the program, but it will be off and running this year. And again, we'll just share out the information with the students. They'll take it home, get parent permission, and then we will have an initial testing day for everybody that has signed up. And then at that point in time, they'll get their membership card that says they are, practicing a drug-free lifestyle. And then they can take advantage of the rewards and things that are connected with that membership. And we'll also have in-school rewards as well. We don't know what those are going to look like, but they might be something as small as, a couple minutes out early. We mentioned that on the radio.
Yeah.
A couple minutes out.
Anytime you can get out, blow the popsicle stand, let's do it.
That's right. Before the bell. We might have Kona Ice come up to the school one day for the drug-free kids, or small things, but we want that visibility too, that we are rewarding some of those kids that have made that lifestyle choice. So
Yeah.
It's amazing. Those days out of school, getting out of school a little bit early. We'll have the big rally too.
Sold.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's. I was telling them on the radio. We polled a bunch of kids in the beginning, and us adults thought, "Oh, we need cars, or we need." I was a car guy. I thought we need to give away a
big
car.
ticket stuff to get these
it's
kids
Maroon
to join.
5 on the 50-yard line
Yeah,
at Adena High School. They just wanted to go to lunch early. That's a huge incentive for the kids. That's a big deal if they got in the front of the lunch line, or we were
That's
talking about
awesome.
Buckeye Hills, and one of the things that Ellen's amazing, by the way.
Yes, she's
but
my neighbor. I
she's
love
awesome.
her.
Yeah, and but one of the things they come up with, her and Mr. Nash come up with, they let the kids out of school isn't it like 2 minutes early time? It's
2 or
like
3 minutes.
yeah, it's like just this small incremental piece of time that they get to leave class early. They get to their car first and get on the way. Biggest incentive they have in that school is
Isn't
just
that
being able to
crazy?
get, being able to leave school early. That's pretty simple. We overcomplicate life as adults, I think, sometimes, and we just need to keep it simple for
We
the kids.
do, but you all did the smartest thing, and you asked the kids.
Well, that is.
What a novel idea. Ask the kids what they want.
wouldn't believe
Wow.
it. You wouldn't believe the school systems don't understand. They just can't look beyond themselves.
Yeah,
The
get
adults,
over yourselves. Ask the kids
it's not
what they
about
want.
yourself. It's not about your business. It's about our future of our area. We've got to do something. And this is something we all can do. We all can take part of and get ahead of this problem before it becomes a problem for an individual, because there's not one of us. When we started this, or seriously, 5-6 years ago, it was whispers. Oh, so-and-so's kid, or can you believe? It affects every family, no matter the income levels, lifestyle, your religion, doesn't matter.
100%.
Everybody knows somebody. And now the good thing is, at least we talk about it out loud, in Southern Ohio.
Good,
now,
yeah.
Because we were the place where it started. I was in Portsmouth. My ex-wife
Oh my, yeah.
worked in a doctor's office in Portsmouth, and I used to see and watch Dope Sick. You want to watch something? Have you ever seen that? Get on Hulu. Watch Dope Sick. Michael Keaton just got an Emmy for it. It's probably his best role ever. But it shows how this started and how they attacked our area with the marketing and the things they did, and how this addiction got started. We're getting ahead of it now. And we're not going to see a change in 6 months in Jackson. We're not. We're going to see some things.
Yeah.
But it's the long-term things. And for the businesses that need these people to employ and operate their businesses, you've got to get involved. And that's one of the things I really reach out to all these area companies that employ people. We were going to Vinton in Pike County at first. And I said, you got to have Jackson, because the people that come from Vinton and Pike County to go to work here, we've got to have all those businesses involved that need these people to be successful. Because guess what? It's not just the next person to get a job at a local factory. It's also the person to make your cancer for us someday if we keep them off drugs.
Correct.
You don't know what future we're making here. And it's such a ripple effect, too.
Yeah.
And this ripple started there. It actually started in Cincinnati, the Drug Free Clubs program did. But, we made a big drop in the bucket in Ross County when we got all these schools on board. And now we're finally getting to see that effect taking it to Vinton, Jackson, and Pike counties. It's pretty exciting.
And so proud of you, and thank you to you and the school board for, taking the opportunity and embracing this program, because, the kids get a bad rap today, kids today and whatever, but when they're doing good, they should be, commended for that, and they should be rewarded for doing good things.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure you as a principal understand that. Like, so tell us, like, the program. Will the kids meet? Like, what all is involved in this program? What do they do?
Well, they get to have fun. They don't have a lot of, the organized meetings.
Okay.
A meeting for drug-free clubs is they get to school, and then everybody in drug-free clubs gets to go to over here to the cafeteria or something and get to have a cup of hot chocolate and a donut. Well, everybody else goes to class right then.
Gotcha.
They get to come back to class late because they're part of that. And while they're there, oh, by the way, while they're there, they drop their drug-free club cards in a bucket, and then somebody draws out winners for $5 gas cards or McDonald's coupons.
Heck yeah.
Whatever
all
it may
that.
be. Yeah, I mean,
Love it.
that's a meeting for drug-free clubs. That's it.
That's great.
We do have our huge rally that we're hopefully get everything moving here and hopefully get the Jackson kids involved. I know the Buckeye Hills kids come up last year and the Oak Hill kids come up last year to our huge rally we had. We normally have it outside downtown Chillicothe. The plans are still underway for this year. We have a date, but not sure exactly where. But like last year, it rained. We were going to have it out at the VA Memorial Stadium. And
Okay.
and then you had the COVID thing, because we missed it the year before. So
Of
we
course.
thought, well, we'll get them to VA. We can section them. And we had Murphy, from American Idol performing
Yes.
for these guys. And that was one of Murphy's one of his first, I think he'd been down here at the Marquee maybe in a couple of places, but to come to the kids, like
That's so cool.
he was overwhelmed. Murphy was
Aw.
still talking about it. He just played at the Ross County Fair free for the kids, or there was a free day for the kids to get in that are in the Drug Free Clubs program. But that rallies, that's part of that's their meeting. There isn't these. And
Love
that's
it.
That's one of the things that schools like about it too. It takes a couple passionate people involved to keep all those gears moving, and they've got a couple passionate people in the guidance counselors, and of course at the top and down, Mr. Howard's been so passionate about it, Mr. Schwackhammer, and everybody that we've talked to has been so excited about bringing it. But there's just not a lot of work to it. Now, it is another program, and I remember when we started in Ross County, and kind of one of the reasons that Sheriff Frazier was going to be with us today, but there's a cow loose on 35. By the way, folks, there's a cow loose on 35 in County Road 84. Please stay clear.
Wait, that's where I live.
Yeah. Is this your cow?
Do you have
Oh,
cows?
no.
No, but
Oh,
I
okay.
have a donkey, and
It's
of
a
which
cow.
Ellen McCabe has had to run down numerous times
Oh,
and
my.
put back in the fence, which is
Oh,
a whole
my.
other story. That's why I love her so much, amongst other reasons. But
Yes. Ellen is absolutely amazing and wonderful, and I love you, Ellen.
she is. She finally gave up and just started stocking apples and carrots at her house at all times,
Probably
so
a good
she could
idea.
catch my critters.
I
But
don't know what Sheriff Frazier's out
I
there
don't
doing
even
right now.
know any cows out there.
I don't know. I thought maybe it's his, but I found out he moved. That's such a long story. I was coming here and I called
Anyway.
My buddy Aaron Morgan.
Yeah.
At the Mr. He's Captain Commander Morgan
Yes.
at the post, and I said,
No,
hey.
we found out it's not Captain Morgan.
He is not a captain.
Wait a minute. It's
We
not
learned that
Captain.
the hard way.
It's Lieutenant
Lieutenant Morgan.
Morgan. James, we go out to the,
Oh,
to
Lord.
the patrol post.
We're talking about drug-free clubs here, not Captain Morgan.
James says we're here with Captain Morgan, and we all just like died laughing. He's like, it's not the first time
He
someone's
probably
called me
takes it
that.
a lot better. I remember my son was at
Oh, he was
Children's.
cracking
He had Dr. Pepper.
Oh,
She did not find it amusing. I thought as a child's physician, you could use that as kind of a comic relief.
yes.
Absolutely.
She did
I
not.
would.
She did not.
No? Oh.
Don't joke with Dr. Pepper at church. I'm thinking Captain Morgan would get over better with
Captain-
Lieutenant Morgan.
He's all he could say is, "I wish, I wish."
Oh, he would live that role.
And I said, "Is Captain higher than Lieutenant?" He was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, well, maybe someday you'll be Captain Morgan."
But anyway, I
we
was talking to
digress.
Morgan.
Yes.
He says, I said, Sheriff Frazier and I and Mr. Schwackhammer are going to go, and I'm going to go treat them to some brunch or something when we get done. Would you like to go with us?
Yeah.
And he said, well, I would. He said, but Sheriff Frazier's probably not going to be with you today. There's this cow loose. I'm headed there now. So, yeah, sorry. So if you've got a cow out on 35
Only
and
in
84.
Southern Ohio.
Oh, yeah. This is only Jackson County, Chillicothe,
You-
County, Pike
Yeah,
County.
you
Benton
know
County
you're
kind of
from
thing.
Jackson when
right.
your
Live,
sheriff's.
That's right.
Why thought somebody hit it? No, this is a live cow down in there. So, anyway, the reason I was talking, and I missed Sheriff Frazier because I really wanted him to be with us today, but he
Yes.
is doing his civic duty
Hey,
and
listen,
taking care of
I
all
mean,
of
it's
us.
all important.
He always does.
Hey, cows have stopped buses.
It's a thing.
Cows can be a problem.
You
Well,
don't want to hit one. Let me
No,
tell you right
look,
now.
I'm gonna, you're gonna lose.
Oh, it's bad.
I mean, the cow's probably gonna lose too, but you're really gonna lose.
It's bad news.
Your car's gonna lose anyway.
So these schools get stuff thrown at them all the time from everybody. And most people are trying to sell something. They're trying to shove something in the school, and so schools are like, whoa. So one of the things I did in Chillicothe was we got Sheriff Lavender involved very quickly to help make sure that they understood that here is something that is different.
Yes.
It's not going to require a ton of work and effort from you, and it's going to benefit our community and benefit the long-term growth. I mean, there's so many economic benefits, let alone the physical and the psychological help that it gives these kids. I mean, there's just so many facets to this that, and that's one of the reasons we did bring in Sheriff Frazier from the beginning was if we ever kind of just to help explain, and help bring it out, because it is something that Sheriff Lavender in Ross County is very passionate about, because they know from their perspective in law enforcement, they want to help people. They don't want to have to be there taking care of all this mess they're having to take care of right now.
That's way too much work, number one, and who wants to do that?
So they are completely willing to invest in the time and effort in this, and Sheriff Frazier is as well. I know financially and everything else. He's ready to go, and he's been ready since May. Like we had a meeting with some stakeholders, and he's up there on the phone. I'm like, I kind of want you to listen to what we're talking about. I'm getting donations right now.
Yeah.
He's already
so good.
He's so passionate, and I think he was ready to start May 1.
Absolutely, it was, and that was kind of our initial meeting. He met with Mr. Howard and I, and I wouldn't say we were voluntold, but we were voluntold about this program. But it's something that we were looking at anyway, because some area schools were getting more involved. I was familiar with the Buck 50 race that is the driving support for this program. So
tell them you run, buddy. Go ahead.
Well, I ran in a couple of them. I'm not a runner.
Good for you.
By trade. We finished a couple races.
Yes,
we'll say that.
Hey, that's more than I do. I just run my mouth.
I was going to say, I run my mouth. That's the only running I do. So
speaking of that, if you want to learn more about the Buck 50, you can go on to our podcast, Running Off at the Mouth. And you can find it on all the podcast platforms. But
love it.
Especially season 1, episode 1 and 2, will really give you some history and how this thing started. So dig in there. It's called Running Off at the Mouth.
Very appropriate for Chris Scott.
And I talk a lot about snacks too.
Oh.
Because I want to put my expertise into that.
Well, yeah.
You got to have snacks, don't you? In the van. Snacks are important.
Snacks in the van, snacks at the checkpoints.
Oh, gosh, the checkpoints.
All the snacks.
We could talk forever about the
those are important. Those are very important.
But the Buck 50 is the piece that kind of pays for all this, Jennifer.
Okay.
So, how we came to expand into other counties came from the folks at Adena Regional Medical Center. They're our title sponsor. They said, hey, here's some extra money. Can we go outside into the region more? And they talked about Vinton and Pike. And I said, that sounds great. When Dave Huggins, who is our race director and our executive director of the Buck 50, said, hey, we're going to expand into Pike and Vinton. I said, well, if we're going to go to Pike and Vinton, it's time to go to Jackson.
We're going to Jackson,
because I've wanted to come home with it from the beginning, but finding a way to pay for it and getting everybody involved, on the school level and the community level, we're there. We have that seed money. And I said, here's why you have to go to Jackson. We have a center of industry in Southern Ohio, and it's right here in Jackson. They need people, that come from Pike. I mean, how many people actually come out of Pike and Vinton into Jackson County to go to work every day?
Right,
It's
a lot.
Big number. So I said, we definitely need Jackson involved, Pike and Vinton as well. And we're excited. Pike County's excited. Vinton County's excited. Jackson High School, Wellston High School.
That's
and this
awesome.
is already in Oak Hill already had it.
Okay, great.
Because thanks to Ellen and Mr. Nash and some of those, it just kind of flowed over into Oak Hill.
Yeah.
So, we're going to have kind of the complete package when we get all the schools in Pike County, all the schools in Jackson County, the school in Vinton County.
The school.
The school.
The school.
Yeah. So, it's growing, and just the excitement's growing, and it's just the talk and buzz in the community. And we want to get you, your business, your company, everybody involved. That's the cool thing with this.
So how can Jen, as a business owner, get involved?
A number of
I'm
ways.
assuming that you don't want me to give free beer to the kids for a drug-free program.
It's probably not a great idea. At the finish line of the Buck 50, though, we will.
You'd be very happy to do
They
that.
will take those donations there. But here's how you get involved. So there's a level at the schools to get involved, and maybe you're not a business. Maybe you're just a mom. Your kids are grown, and what can I do to help this next generation out? You can get a hold of them at the school and get involved at the school level to help bring in some of those, like the hot chocolate day or the donuts. Or you can be that mom that goes out, or dad that goes out to the community and says, "Hey, we're looking for sponsors in the community to." When they go to 6 cents to stop in, that they get free chips with their burrito, which you do that already, don't you?
Yeah. No.
No? Okay.
Kids meals do.
Kids meals do.
Okay.
See, he knows.
Listen,
We take full advantage of the kids meal.
I don't get there enough because 6 cents is like above Chipotle, above, there's nothing. I mean, that's my favorite burrito outside of Mexico.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah,
You're the
outside of
best.
Mexico.
I didn't even pay him to say that either.
No, I mean, look at me. I like to eat, obviously. And I know food. And snacks,
And snacks.
But yeah, you want to do free chip. If the kid orders a burrito, they get a free chip if they show their card.
Okay,
So
perfect.
you can be that parent or that person or that you never had kids. You want to just help out. You can go out and talk to those businesses. Just get a hold of school, and then they can help you with that too. Get you the things to take to those businesses. Then when your business does that, you got a little sticky that goes out front on the window to let the kids know when they get there that, hey, this business supports our program. In Ross County, all the Valeros, if they buy anything in the gas station, they get a free fountain drink.
Okay.
That's just one of those community incentives.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 10% off, this or that. So the community incentives from the
Okay.
local businesses. And then as a business, if you want to keep and continue to get involved, maybe it's financially. We're coming down to the end of the year. You probably need to put some money somewhere or something instead of paying it in taxes.
I mean, you can either pay the tax man or you can help the kids.
Yeah, let's see. Which one I want to do? So the $1.50 is a 501c3. You can individually, maybe it's individually, you need a little tax savings and you want to donate to the $1.50, or maybe you want to put it in your will. Maybe you want to set up to where you make a monthly donation. I mean, there's all those things you can do to that, and all that money goes back into these schools and these kids. But we also have those sponsorship programs of the race. We're talking about an event that reaches all of Southern Ohio. We've got teams from 23 different states. They're every weekend going out and talking about our race. Like this past weekend at the Dayton at the Air Force Marathon, we had a booth set up. People stopped by. They learned about the $1.50. They learned about all of our sponsors. You're talking about all these runners and all these people. So it is a great format to put your business out in front too. And just support. I mean, just really give back. And that way, if you want to donate $500, great. You can get your name on a T-shirt. I don't know what $500 gets you. I shouldn't say your name gets on a T-shirt.
Something.
You get something. But I mean, we do have packages that start out as little as $250. You could be a sponsor of the Running Off at the Mouth podcast. Hey,
There you go.
all the way up to being, a title sponsor. And we'll put you on the other side of this jacket,
Gotcha.
and all the way up to that level and everything in between. So no matter where you're at financially, it doesn't cost you a thing to get up, get in your car, go around, ask a couple businesses for incentives to help the schools.
Yeah.
Or maybe your corporation wants to donate $50,000 this year to the program. From zero
Sure.
all the way up to infinity, we can work with you to help these kids. I mean,
Okay.
we're just helping the future of our area.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness, look at it. It's about these kids, their health, their psychological welfare, and then just keep going. It's about helping out the sheriff's department. It's about your property value. It's about having people to work in your business.
Yeah.
We all know about, trying to keep employees,
Yep.
I mean, just
All of that.
continuing all those efforts, and it just, what else could you go out and support that has that much impact
True.
on our region? Serious.
Love it. Well, count us in for something. How's that?
Gotcha.
Yep.
You're on the list, we assume.
I already wrote you down, so it's okay.
Jennifer.
Well, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Pete's here. We're going to do a little bit of news. Is there anything else you want to tell our viewers before you get out of here? And
Hi.
let us know when you get everything finalized and
We'll
when this
come
thing's going to kick off. Yeah, come back and see us and maybe bring some of the kids that are going to be involved
Sure.
in it and we can talk about their excitement and what it means to them too.
The other thing people can do this week is when you're at the Apple Festival and you're talking to friends and family and seeing those friends from out of town and stuff too, is talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Talk about the excitement building. Talk about it with your kids. I mean, the other thing with this program is to get the parents a way to talk to their kids about drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And-
That's
and-
so smart. Yeah.
Now, parents, don't force your kid to do this. Let your kid make the decision. Let them listen
Yeah.
to their friends at school and things, and you're going to find out. Maybe they even don't want to do it all the way up to test day, but when that person's in class eating that candy bar and rubbing it all over their face. I was telling the story about Matt Barnett and Mrs. Howard when he put the midget Snickers bar all over his face. And that was, you weren't in that class. You're so many years younger than me,
Just
but you know the names.
I definitely know a Matt Barnett, yes. And I could see him doing anything that you would ever.
But Miss Howard gave you a midget Snickers bar. And
Yeah.
She was a wonderful teacher. I gave her a lot of trouble, I think. Not that I was misbehaved in high school, which is why I can't remember. There's probably still some notes that said if you see Chris Scott in the school, paddle him. He deserves one.
He deserves,
Well,
just beat him.
He
different
just
school,
won.
right?
Yeah. It's a different school, different time.
Different
Yeah.
building. Right?
So Matt takes that midget Snickers and smears it all over his face. But the point of it, Miss Howard was a genius way back then. She incentivized those kids to do better. And if you did, you got that little,
Yep.
it's just a little candy bar.
Yeah.
But we all wanted a Snickers bar.
That freaking Snickers
And how
bar.
Barnett ever got one, I don't even remember what the
I don't know.
qualifications were. But he did. She had her back turned and he rubbed it all over his face. But that made us all want a Snickers bar more. And the day of testing, these kids get a full-size candy bar. They get to go back to class. They get to eat it. And then somebody's going to be sitting there and going, dude, how did you get a candy bar? And how are you eating a candy bar and bag of chips? And the teacher's not saying anything to you right now.
Can you pass a drug test? Yeah.
Yep.
Then-
Call your mom.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
They're going to be on their way. But talk about it
Love
this
it.
week at the Apple Festival. Everybody have a great Apple Festival, too.
Yep.
Thanks for having us.
Awesome. Come back and see us anytime,
Thank you
guys.
very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're going to bring our good friend Pete Wilson over to do the news. And while we're doing that, let's go over your Apple Festival weather forecast. And not sure where that stupid little bit of rain came into the forecast today, but let's get it out of the way today, and then we don't have to deal with it the rest of the week. So today should be pretty, but 40% chance of rain has popped up into the forecast for some reason. Not sure why. Highs, though, of only 81 today, lows of 64. Tomorrow on Tuesday to begin your Apple Festival week, and official kickoff, I think, at 4 p.m. tomorrow. 86 degrees, lows of 62. And then look at the rest of the week. It is all over the place temperature-wise, but not seeing 1 ounce of rain in the forecast. So we'll take it. Right, Pete?
Absolutely. You always look at that projected forecast, but you really have to wait until a day or two before because it doesn't sometimes mean anything.
Yeah.
But you couldn't ask for a whole lot more. Hot on Wednesday.
Yes.
But you can find some shade,
That's
plenty
right.
of opportunities to
Just
to
ride
do
the
that.
fastest rides and you'll get some wind in your face.
Right. So so I know the Apple Festival people are happy right now. A little rain today is not going to bother them because it's not
No.
really going yet, just getting set up. And then later in the week, a lot of sunshine. And, for the people that come from out of town or even some people in town, that's going to make a difference whether they
It
come
will.
the weather.
Sure.
So far, so good as far as what we're seeing on that forecast.
Absolutely.
But you always ask me what's going on. You really don't have to do that this week, do you?
No, there's a lot.
Right. The Apple Festival kicks off tomorrow. Pretty much, over the noon hour, many of those booths will be open. You can get food. The theme this year, it's a lot. There's a lot of excitement over the theme because it's very visual. You can almost envision what some of those decorations are going to be on the float, in the windows, on the
Yes.
booths, up and away for an apple-filled day.
Love that.
And Bundy Elementary out of Wellston, who they got something going on, the winning theme. They had it again this year.
Yep.
And so we can thank Bundy Elementary for the theme. I know that they'll have a float in the parade as well. But the festival, of course, kicks off on Tuesday. We'll go all the way through Saturday and talk to a couple of the Apple Festival people over the weekend. All the booths were sold,
Yep.
provided that everybody kept their reservation. They've got the carnival rides all set up, got great entertainment set up as always, 2 stages, almost something going on all the time. And if you're a country music fan, Nashville person, Mark Chestnut.
Mark Chestnut in the house.
That is a big name.
Yeah.
That is a big name. And that, of course, their big concert is always on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
It's festival seating, but, you can't beat the price. It's free.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, our friend Jason Pudge Gillum will be the leadoff singer there.
Oh, is he opening for them?
He
Okay.
is opening for Mark Chestnut. Wouldn't be surprised if young Gibson is there on the stage with him.
I'd say you're right.
So, we have a Journey tribute band on Thursday. On Thursday, they usually do oldies music or some tribute band. That has gone over real well. That's New Frontiers. A lot of excitement about that. If you're a groupie from the 80s, probably you're going to be heading down to the main stage on Thursday night to see that. We want to once again congratulate Raymond Wyatt. We announced before that he is our Apple Festival Grand Marshal. And Raymond is 81 years young, but he is always doing something for others. That is how he got to be the Grand Marshal this year. He has helped a lot of good causes behind the scenes because he's one of those do-it-yourselfer construction guys who can do anything, fix anything, build anything. And he has actually helped Jaffe a good bit in recent years, saved him a lot of money by donating his time and talent.
Yes, and his talents, for sure.
So certainly a guy who is modest, has always been behind the scenes. Now he will be in the spotlight, and so we congratulate him. The Apple Festival royalty this year, of course, you know, they're going to be very much in the spotlight all week. You've got Queen Abby Donnelly. There you see the three Queen and the two attendants there posed after they were chosen as the royalty last April. That's Abby Donnelly from Oak Hill in the middle. There on the left is the first attendant, Jade Winters. She's from Jackson High School. And on the right is the second attendant. That is Emma Davis from Oak Hill High School. And they will be front and center for the NTAR Festival. There will be kind of like a recrowning during the opening ceremonies, which they hold at 4 p.m. Now, that doesn't mean that's when the festival starts. It will start, you know, around the noon hour. But the opening ceremonies is at 4 p.m. there at the main stage. And my guess would be that Raymond Wyatt will be there to do the crowning responsibilities. Mayor Evans will probably be there. Of course, all the Apple Festival Committee will be there as well. The Red Shirts, as we call them. Brandon Davis is once again the president this year. And, of course, that's very deep in his family. His father and other relatives have always been very much involved in the Apple Festival, and it continues with him. So we can say at the Apple Festival, Total Media is going to be totally involved. On the newspaper side, we're going to be there all the time, snapping pictures, covering the events. On the radio side, I know J.J. Hale will be running his group of talented broadcasters down there to do live remote broadcasts. And so... and on the television side, you tell me what we're going to do.
It's a surprise.
You just have to wait and see.
Okay. Well, I tell you whatever it is, I'm sure it will be good.
Yes.
But a lot of coverage of the Apple Festival this week on the downtown streets of Jackson.
There may be a little chicanery involved.
Right. We do want to mention, as long as we're mentioning royalty, the Little Miss Apple Festival 2022 is Hadley House from Oak Hill. There she is. She is a cutie, a very precocious young lady. I know how she got picked. She just gives great answers, very, very quick-witted. She will reign through the end of this festival, but we will pick a new Little Miss by the end of the festival. How it works on the Little Miss angle is that they have a contest now on Saturday. We've already named 10 finalists. They were picked back in April. There will be another contest Saturday about 11 o'clock. Then the new Little Miss Apple Festival Queen will be crowned about an hour and a half later. And then all those girls then will be riding in the parades this week in the three Apple Festival parades. And then the new Little Miss, whoever it is, will reign through next year's festival. And the 10 little girls who have a chance of being Little Miss Apple Festival 2023 are Emma Brandow, Caitlin Kaiser, Ocean Polder, Caden Boggs, Lindley Irvin, Scarlett Kite, Layla Whalen, Lydia Springer, Jalen Velez, and Molly Dupree. Now, OVB, Ohio Valley Bank, just up the street, always has a reception for the Little Queen, for the reigning Little Queen, Hadley House, and the finalists. It's kind of like a coming out event,
So
pre-festival. It was held last Thursday. Joe Wyan, who is the region vice president and kind of the head honcho there at the local bank, he always is the MC. Here are a couple scenes from there. That's Joe in his red blazer standing by Hadley House. They are about ready to cut the ribbon on the display that is in the lobby. That's always a nice display. It will be open during regular banking business hours, but you can see a lot of Apple Festival related displays, especially having to do with Hadley House
Mhm.
and the royalty there. Lots of scrapbooks, lots of pictures and all.
Aw.
And here are all the 10 finalists, except for one. One could not be there, but 9 of the 10 finalists. And in the back, there's Hadley, there's Joe Wyant, and also Apple Festival royalty, and Elsa and Belle were there
Yes.
from Disney.
Isn't that cool?
And so that made it, I'm sure, a very nice event for all the little girls, and even Jeremiah Shaver, who was there to cover it for us. I know
Jeremiah.
he enjoyed himself, and he was able to smuggle me back one of those apple cookies
Oh,
that-
nice.
that they have. So all this happening at the Apple Festival this week. We had a lot of coverage in our Saturday paper. We've got the schedule posted on our website and on Facebook. And they did do those placemats. You can find them about anywhere in a restaurant. So
Yes.
easy to tell what is going on, and there is a lot going on when
Yep.
you consider the whole bag. Just off the street, just off the Midway, we do want to promote the Apple Festival Invitational, which will be at the Marquet Cultural Arts Center. They always run that, the Southern Hills Arts Council, in concert with the Apple Festival. It actually opened last Thursday evening, and now that will be the exhibit will be open during the festival too. During the day, you can get in on most of those hours from 12 to
Great.
5 during the festival. So you can, especially on Wednesday, get out of the heat, take a look at all the Apple Festival. At all the Apple Festival art in there. It is by invitation. It is local and area artists. It is completely free. You don't have to pay to get in there. Some of the artists that you see in the picture there that were represented, we've got our own Brittany Potter there, Carol Blamer, Juanita Clark, Kit Daly, Matthew Wilson, Jules Stewart, Ryan Spriggs, Bob Eisnagel, and Ethan Michael, and there are more. Those are just the ones who happen to be at the reception when we snapped the picture there.
Perfect.
So that is going on as well. This is the last day, Jennifer, to get Apple Festival pre-ride passes.
I've noticed a lot of activity on Facebook of people not being able to find them.
Right. Well, I'm going to tell you exactly
Good,
where
okay.
you can get them. They only cost $10. And, if you want to ride or you have a child or a grandchild that wants to ride and you're just talking about one ride, you really want one of these day passes because
Yes.
it's much cheaper than buying a ride
For
individually.
sure.
But the places that you can get them, it's $10 once again. Southern Ohio Smiles, Virgil Hamilton Nationwide Insurance, You Store It, Elizabeth Flowers and Gifts, Jones Stevenson Insurance, Nana's House, Apple City Artisans, the Ohio Valley Bank. All those locations are in Jackson. Also Brodigan Sporting Goods, and you can also get them from any Jackson area festival and events members. And
so find a Jaffe member.
right,
and they
and
should
that's
have them
not
too.
hard to do this week. But
Okay.
remember, I believe it doesn't say this in the information I have, but I have been told in the past that Monday, today, is the final day to do that because it
Okay.
all starts tomorrow.
Take advantage of it, man. It's a good deal.
Exactly. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. And the other thing that we want to tell you, just in the way of giving you fair warning, the Jackson Police Department, Jackson Police Chief Brett Hinch has made it very clear, posted on Facebook, given us information, talked about at the Jackson City Council meeting. The officers are going to enforce the parking rules out in the festival area and on the streets.
Mhm.
What that means is, of course, you can park in your driveway and on your private property. That's your business. But
Mhm.
when you're out on the curb, even though it may be right by your business or right by your house, you do not own that space. That is public parking space. You can park there, but you cannot block it or reserve it to keep
Correct.
somebody else from parking there.
Yep.
Now, it's not going to be, the friendly warning thing. They're going to impound anything that they see in those spaces. If you put a chair there, the chair's impounded. You put a sawhorse there, sawhorse gone. When you go back to pick up your item because you want it back, you may be getting a ticket. It is a minor
Yeah.
misdemeanor, and I know that it's going to make some people sore if they don't realize it or they flaunt it. But we're telling you up front, the police chief Brett Hinch has been very clear. It is going to be enforced. And, on one end, you don't like that if you're, the property owner, a business nearby, you're trying to keep spots for your employees and you think that's your place. But if you're a visitor coming in or you're driving in or whatever, and you see all those places close and you can't get there because someone's blocking them, even though
Right.
they're not using it right then,
Right.
you don't really like that either.
No, that's not cool. And listen to what I'm telling you. Do not park on other people's property or you're going to get towed.
That is another thing.
You know, Jamie and I spent hours yesterday putting up no parking signs on our lot. And the next thing I know, we came back from the Pawpaw Festival to drop kegs off and couldn't even hardly get the van in backed into the place because there were so many cars that I have no idea who they were parked on our empty lot. And I'm like, I already put signs up, like, don't park there. I'm going to tell you.
Business,
And I don't want to.
business owners really have to take a hard line on that. Of course, they
You
can
don't
decide.
want to.
They can decide what they're going to do or not do. But the truth is, a lot of people, just as a matter of convenience, they think, "Oh, I'm just going to be here for an hour. I can get away with this." You know, some people aren't going to let you get away with it because they're trying to protect their property and their business.
Well,
and-
we've got to have a
and
place
then
for
their own
staff to
property
park.
rights.
And you're running a business every day and delivery vans and they're going out 4 times a week and whatever. And not trying to be a jerk, but it's like, I'm not messing around. And I know a lot of other business owners that aren't either.
and I think what you're going to get in addition to the inconvenience, you're going to get a towing charge. If you've never been towed, it costs maybe a little bit more than you might think.
It's a whole lot of money and it's your expense.
Exactly.
So
We got a question here, Pete. Do you know why they aren't putting the no chairs until Monday signs up anymore?
yeah, I thought about that too.
Okay, well, that was addressed briefly at the last Jackson City Council meeting. I can relate what they said because after they discussed the parking situation,
Mhm.
enforcing that, somebody said, "Well, what about the chairs?" Because in the past, the past city administration tried to prevent that from happening too early. All the chairs going out.
Because it was getting a little ridiculous.
Well, people, I guess, want the spot for their fanny for that
Like,
parade.
a week
But-
in advance and whatever of chairs everywhere.
They looked into the
much.
city and state laws, and they can't really prevent anybody from putting up chairs on their own property when they want to do it. All right. Now, if the property owner, the business or the residents doesn't want somebody to put up their property, that's between them and whoever puts those chairs there.
Yeah.
Technically, the city could invoke something because of the right of way. The right of way actually extends off the curb onto property a little bit,
Mhm.
maybe about 6 feet. I'm not sure that's exactly right, but it's a little bit onto the property. If they wanted to, the city could prevent that, but they just feel would be too much of a headache.
Mhm.
And if people want to put up chairs on their property, or they want to let others put chairs up on their property, go for it.
Here's the deal.
So
Just-
there is no rule this year on that, even though
Okay.
I know there has been in the past.
I didn't see an abundance of when I was driving through yesterday, or no, I think it was Saturday when I was driving through. I didn't see a huge abundance of chairs up. Just be a good person and do what you're supposed to do. And here's the deal. The Boy Scouts literally have 1 million parking spots. You can pay them a few dollars, park your car. It will be watched by them. You're guaranteed a spot when you pull in there and they take your money. They'll tell you where to park. All of their parking lots are pretty close to the downtown area. So find a Boy Scout lot and just park there.
There is a lot of opportunities
It's
to park, and
not hard.
I think they charge $5.
It's like $5.
Inflation may have changed that, but it's really not that much of an inconvenience, and it's certainly not very expensive. You're helping the Boy Scouts when you do it, and a lot of the
Absolutely.
businesses do turn over their lots to the Scouts, and it's within a block or 2 or 3 of the downtown area.
Yes.
So avail yourself of that, or find some
It's
friend who's
really
got
good.
property downtown.
Yeah, right. Can I
And-
park in your yard today?
Right,
Whatever.
Right,
But
exactly.
just if there's a question in your mind whether you should park there or not, don't park there. Probably.
No, that's right. And just because the festival's going on, that doesn't mean that you can block alleys and park on yellow and park by fire hydrants and
Yeah.
all like that. And certainly there's lots of security and law enforcement that's going to be around.
Yeah.
And so they need to do their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So a couple other things we want to tell you about Jennifer in the way of things that are happening. The Jackson County Republican Executive Committee will be meeting tonight
Okay.
at their new location, the former Jackson American Legion building on Morton Street. They're going to be picking a new elections board member to take the place of Kathy Smalley, who recently resigned.
Oh, okay.
Also tomorrow, I didn't know whether you noticed this. Did you notice the new apple trees in Manpower Park?
No.
Well, they're actually off to the left there
How did I
on
miss
the other
that?
side of the creek towards Walgreens.
Okay.
So they're not right out on front on East Main Street, but they're off
Gotcha.
to the side there.
Cool.
But there are several new, some type of apple trees. I'll know more when we cover it. But
Love
they're going to
that.
have a ribbon cutting there for what they're calling the Mayor's Orchard.
Uh-huh.
It is at Manpower Park, and they're going to do a ribbon cutting tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Mayor Evans will be there. Mayor Randy Evans. Jaffe will be there because it is the Apple Festival. Apple Festival royalty may be there for sure. Members of the Jackson City Tree Commission will be there. They reorganized and revitalized, reactivated the Tree Commission earlier this year. It had been kind of dormant, and this is one of their first big projects. So I believe you got Brent Stepp, Beverly Ondera, Crystal Finch. I almost called her Crystal Coin. Crystal Finch. She was a Crystal Coin a long
She
time
was
ago.
a lot.
Crystal Finch, David Swackhammer, the service director, and also Harold Newkirk, who is a city councilman, are
Okay.
the members of the Tree Commission. And so the public is invited to come to that. We also want to tell you that the Vinton County Local Board of Education will be meeting Tuesday evening. That's a regular thing at 5 p.m., but they wanted the public to know they've changed the site of the meeting from the district office on High Street in MacArthur to the middle school. They're expecting a little bit of a larger crowd. And so that's at 5 p.m.
Okay.
on Tuesday. Okay, well, let's go. We want to tell you this. We want to give Bob Irvin's new book a quick plug. He has released it. We did some of the work on the design work there for that here at Zip Printing.
Okay.
There is Bob with his new book. Bob is a retired history teacher, so it's only natural that after he retired, he went into writing local history. And this is his 9th book.
Isn't that awesome?
Now, he actually has done 6 books with 2 revisions. So two of those 6 books he kind of revised and added to. But if you count all those, there's 8, and then there's one on John Hunt Morgan, the Morgan's Raid.
Gotcha.
That's a standalone volume. So this is his 9th volume. I've got a copy of it, chock full of local historical information from A to Z. It is very much worth the purchase. Costs $35. It's a nice hardback edition. He is shown holding one of his new books just off the presses. He will be at the Jackson Historical Society table by the main stage all week.
Oh,
or
great.
at least when
Okay.
he's not off getting a corn dog or something. But he's going to sell
He's
those
not hard
books.
to find.
No, he's not at all. And what a great treasure he is and what he's done
Yes.
as a service to Jackson County, preserving all this history. Someone's got to do it, and he's spent a lot of time
He
doing
has.
it. $35 is what it costs. I'm sure he's just getting back his investment. You can also get it, if not now, later at A.L. Terry Jewelers and the Lillian Jones Museum. They will be on sale there after the festival. Okay, on Friday Night Football, really quickly, we want to tell you about that. We had 2 of our teams win and 2 of our teams lose. The Jackson Ironmen won an exciting game
Woo,
down
that
at
was a dilly.
Wheelersburg. They came from behind 20-12. I want you to look at this picture right here. This is the clinching touchdown. In the white, that is Jackson Ironman senior split end, Jake Wood. You can see he's got the football in his hands. Does it look like he's being covered pretty well by that Wheelersburg defender?
Perfectly.
And you know, if you have hands in your face and you can't even see the ball coming, somehow he caught that ball. Jackson led by 1 point at that point. When they got that touchdown, kicked the extra point, that put them up by 8. They went on to win the game 20-12 after a really slow-moving first half where they got behind 6-0. Later, it was 9-0. Didn't look like it was going to be a good day in Black Rock
Yeah.
for all those Jackson fans that went down straight out 140. But the Ironmen won. They are now 3-2, and they will start league play next Friday against Miami Trace. Other games that took place. The Vinton County Vikings went to Athens. They have now won 3 games in a row. They defeated the They defeated Athens by a score of 21-6. So they are now 2-0 in the TVC Ohio. The Wellston Golden Rockets played at home. They had one of their better games. They lost, but they gave Albany Alexander a good game. Albany Alexander won by a score of 28-13. And you see Wellston wore those camo
cool.
military outfits. Aren't
Yeah.
they? Aren't those cool? Had their numbers and everything. I think they've done that for the last several years, but that is a scene from that football game. Also down at Oak Hill, the Nelsonville York Buckeyes came in for a non-conference game. That's Nelsonville there in the black and orange. Number 4 for Oak Hill, that's Nate Clutters, getting ready to try to make a tackle. I believe he did there. Nelsonville York defeated Oak Hill 32-13. It was a close game until the fourth quarter. Nelsonville tacked on a couple touchdowns late to win by what was a deceiving score. Wellston is 0-5 now. Oak Hill is 1-4. The Vinton County Vikings are 3-2. The Jackson Army Men are 3-2. They'll all be playing again next Friday night, and of course we will have all of those games. So
Awesome.
there we are. There's lots more to tell you, but maybe for another time.
That's right, Pete, and I appreciate it. I know that you were so busy this week, and the fact that you were able to stop by for any time today is much appreciated, and we look forward to spending some time down at the Apple Festival.
Okay, well, that's very kind. I will let you go so you can do your parking enforcement.
Parking enforcement. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but, come on. It's like,
Hey,
don't park where you're not supposed to.
No, that's right. I mean, would you?
It's not hard.
If you reverse the situation, would you want that done to you? No. The answer is no, of course.
Correct. So I'm trying to be nice here. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you, Pete, for stopping by. Thanks to James for pushing all the right buttons. And also thanks to Chris Scott and Tyler Swackhammer for stopping by, talking about the new program at the high school. Pretty cool one. And hope to be involved with that. So have a great day, everyone. And we'll be right back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching.